a shared facility expert. I don't know if we still have the NAFDAC people. A shared facility expert. I don't know if we still have the NAFDAC people here. Okay, I'm going to take just 2 minutes to explain this part because I think we need to encourage more of it in the Southeast. Fausat owns what we call a shared facility that we arrange with AWEP to write officially to NAFDAC to authorize equipped factories to host and work and share the facility with other small businesses, and that's why they are called shared facilities. So you can go to those facilities and get your NAFDAC certified. Now they have also divided those shared facilities according to the products that you're producing. So you're not going to go to Fausat's factory if you're doing wet products, because Fausat's factory is for dried products and flowers. So we need to identify more certified factories in the Southeast and turn them into shared facilities. That's why I thought I should do that. So Fausat, you're welcome to the Southeast. Mrs. Chinagorom Okereke is the CEO of China Foods. Some of us met her yesterday and we're aware of some of her products. She's based in Abakaliki and she's also the president of ASOWE. What's that? ASOWE? Okay, ASOWE representative of the ANWBN and 50 million women organization in Ebonyi State. Please give them a round of applause. So now I'm going to give the mic to each of them, and in 5 minutes they will share with us their experiences in relation to the theme of this event. And then after we've done that, anyone in the hall can ask them questions one by. So let's start with Madam Iboro.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Iboro, but people normally call me Ibori, so I don't take offense. He's my senior brother in Delta. That's by the way. I run a school, a preschool, nursery school, and it's called God's Heritage Christian Montessori School in Enugu. It started 2 years ago. And the idea behind it was came as a result of some of the things that the keynote speaker talked about in the morning. It was the problem of the fact that our education is tailored towards getting us to think in one direction. I've always had the opportunity to live outside. But each time I keep asking myself, if the best of our brains move out, who will make this place better? Those places that we're running to were actually developed by people there. And not only did they develop the places, but they've also taken time to design strategy to get the best of us to go there. And we are moving in droves. And that was some of the things that inspired me to start a school that will not just train the children in the academics, but to also train them to believe that they are the best and they can make it here. Part of the things that we're trying to do is to see how we could bring in some clubs. Last year we started what we call Financial Literacy Club. The idea of teaching children at that very tender age on what money is all about. How to make it, how to save it, how to invest in it. And we've not perfected everything yet. It's something that we draw from curriculum that is based for the adolescents. But we're trying to make it for very small children. And it's been inspiring. Most times when you see these very small ones and you think that they don't know anything. But that is the best years to indoctrinate them, if you want to call it so, with what you want them to get. And it's exciting seeing them grow, because I believe that education is the best thing that can happen to any human being. It's the best form of empowerment. We are looking up to being able to see how some of the other innovations that we have in mind, there are quite many, but we're trying to test run them little by little, pushing them across and seeing how it works. And my coming across AWEP was actually incidental. I like playing a lot with the internet. I go through almost everything and anything, and I stumbled on AWEP, and I was reading through it. I clicked, the more I clicked, the more I got the information, and it was like something that I would have loved to be a part of it. But the most interesting thing was when I saw my PDG's name popped up, and I was like, wow, okay. So I kept it that day. The following day I went over it again, and I picked up my phone because I had her phone number, and I called her and I engaged her and I asked her a few things about it. My being here has been quite exciting, and I've learned a lot. And I've also had some other ideas that I think I'll be able to test run in my business going forward. I'm also into agriculture. I have a pig farm, but that's just by the way. The most important thing that I'm passionate about is education, and the education of the very small ones. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Iboro, and I'm very happy to hear that she stumbled on AWEP, because that's exactly how I also stumbled on AWEP, and I called and joined AWEP. So nobody sold AWEP to me, and you gain the most when nobody sells anything to you. You discovered it yourself because you were looking for a solution to your problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good evening, my fellow CISPreneurs. I want to thank everyone, especially our Capacity National President, for inviting me to be one of the panelists, and my senior panel colleague, Mrs. Amede. You know I appreciate you always. My zonal president, once again I thank you. My name is Chinagorom Okereke. I am the CEO of China Foods, Abakaliki. To the glory of God, I'm very happy participating in this program. When our flyer came out for this AGM, and I saw the team, I told myself that having known our national president, she is a grammarian. So all these 5 words that we packaged here came from her. I know that without being told. So, but the sum total of the team is mindset. And mindset is the only thing that has kept me going. First and foremost, how did I got myself into entrepreneurship? I came from a family of civil servants. My father was a principal, and he retired as a principal. My mother, a teacher, my brother, this engineer, the other one pharmacist working in the hospital, the other one this and that and that and that. And everyone will continue waiting for salary to be paid. And my father is blessed with brilliant children. All his children, all of us are very brilliant. But the money is not that enough. That made me to be doing, in fact, when I was in primary 3, if you go to my table, you will see it, bitter leaves. I did bitter leaves to sell at primary 3, and it was fetching me money. So, in my place, we have a river that produces sand, and people come from different places to do that business. I joined that business from primary school, and what I was getting from sand business was far higher than what my father was earning. My father and my mother put together. And my father always tell me that he's challenged by what I'm doing, and that is why he sent me to boarding secondary school. Because if I go to day school, I will completely drop out of school and continue with sand business and other businesses. And by God's grace, I grew up with that mentality that business is far better and it pays better than salary and all this and all that. To the glory of God, I am the only person in my family that is into private enterprise, and I'm the best when it comes to achievements. To the glory of God, my husband is very proud of that. When I got married newly, my husband did everything to stop me from doing all those things to get to join him in the university because he's a lecturer. So I said no, I can't drop what I've known what to do. I got myself trained. Not that I paid my fees, but I trained myself in these skills. If I hear that they are doing this training, I will go there to get that training. Go there. That is why when people ask me, what are you doing? I don't even know what to tell them. But anyone that comes to my mind, I will tell you. I do rice, I do gari, I do bitter leaves, I do St. Leaves, I do zobo tea, plantain flour. All these flours, I do them. I do a lot of things, including mining. So what exactly is my strong point? Courage, mindset. Earlier this year, I watched a program, Dangote's interview. It was actually my husband that was watching that interview, and he rushed to call me and he said, "Calm down and watch this interview." And he noticed that I was not, because when I'm into doing business, you can't just take it away from me. He said, "You can go." I left. So he later downloaded it in his in his laptop and showed me that in a YouTube. I watched Dangote telling me that, in fact, it gave me that breath of fresh air that I needed. Because this thing we are talking about, I witnessed it, 24 hours. That you need this mindset to succeed in business. Not be saying na folktale, na reality. If you don't carry mind, you not fit enter business. Okay, Dangote in his interview, he was telling us that he already considered that idea of having a refinery. And he traveled in 2013 to one country like that to see their refinery. And when he saw that refinery, the president of that country told him not to think of having that refinery because his countries that can run refinery. Dangote told him that he has already concluded the plan and there is no going back. But right now, if you ask him as Dangote, would you like to go back to that plan? He will say no. Because upon all the businesses that he has ventured into, it is only that refinery that he will regret going into. Yes, that is because that refinery management is an exclusive reserve business for countries. But he has gone into that, and he must succeed. That is entrepreneurship for you. Entrepreneurship is that thing that will take you into the middle of the sea. Go forward will not be easy. Go backward, you will remember your past efforts, and you won't even know what to do. You will say no. I must go forward. That is entrepreneurship, and that is our topic. Having that mindset, with that mindset, you will always scale through. I have also privileged to have done business with white men. Yes, for the past years, I've been doing businesses with white, and I've studied them. And the difference, like the first speaker, that is the keynote address speaker. Yes, he didn't understand very well what he was saying. And I understood very well because I've been working with white people for many years now. To the glory of God, it's a real privilege. What is the difference between white entrepreneurs and we blacks? Mindset. Those people, they don't believe in impossibility. That is one thing about them. Why don't like us Africans? Our life is, in fact, we carry factory-fitted impossibility mindset. Yes. If you see us, you have an idea. Like Prof told us, that these things, in fact, 80% of what of your entrepreneurship, of your enterprise, 80% of them are mindsets. You will stay in your room or your bed. That time, myself, I have the time that I just after sleeping, I will wake up. After praying, sit down and think. That is my life. How do I do this? How do I do that? You will now consider a product. That is when you will consider a product. You will now arrange it. If I do this, I will do that. I will do that. If I get to this point, if there is a problem, I will go back. I will do. That is 80%. The other 2% is just nothing. When you have planned well, that is imagination. So, white people, they don't believe in impossibility. We blacks, we so much believe in impossibility. And for you to overcome, you must remove that factory-fitted impossibility mindset and bring to yourself that possibility mindset, that I can do spirit. I can do spirit is the only thing that is sustaining me in business till date. Because when you look into the Nigerian environment, it becomes worse. There is no power. Yes, there is no road. There is no water. And all these are the problems that the government should have solved for you, the entrepreneur. You will first of all start from solving the problem of the government. Then you will come to networking. These things are not just easy because Nigerians are insincere people. I am sorry I'm taking time. Because, yes, when preachers and teachers, when they finish, because it is easier to say than to be done. In Nigeria, if you are doing business, when you get to networking, auntie, pray very well. Pray again and pray again and again and again to get good people. Because as an entrepreneur, what should have brought me down completely, what should have finished me completely is networking. When you are done producing a batch, somebody will come, I will market it, carry products worth 3 million, 5 million, 8 million, any amount. We'll go back, sell it, and will never come back to give you the money. You will supply to supermarkets, they won't pay you. You will go back and say, I can do it. You get funds, you continue doing this and that. So at networking level, you have to be very careful. Networking in Nigeria is too bad. It is very, very agonizing. So these are the things that we are seeing. But with the I can do spirit, you will always get
Fausat.
Good evening, ladies, and thank you to the speakers that had their time before mine. My name is Fausat Sanni-Yusuf, and I started my business in 2005 in Iboro, actually. And we face a lot of challenges, which I won't want to delve into, but that I can do spirit and not trying to, tell yourself you can't get up after you've fallen, made me take a step back, and I moved to starting the business in Lagos with processing and packaging of other people's products that they have, worked on. And I did that for a while before trying to get certification with NAFDAC, and that took like 12 years of my life, and it was a very difficult time for me. And I made up my mind that if and when I actually do get that facility that is NAFDAC compliant, I wouldn't want anybody to go through that journey, like spending 12 years. So fortunately for me, I attended a program on the island, and 2 ministers were there, and everybody was just, voicing out what the frustration was trying to run a business in Nigeria, and then we were told to compile a list of people that were interested in doing NAFDAC, and that was how the journey started. I got into the incubation center in Lagos. I spent about 2 years, but before the 2 years was up, I knew I was going to be able to continue with them. It was a very tough decision to make, but I now started thinking. So this theme actually resonates with me a lot, because when you have a challenge or you have a problem and you actually just calm down and take a moment to breathe, think, the solution would come. I'm a living witness. Because I decided to stay still, I thought of it. How else will I do it? Because I don't have time. If I leave this incubation center, I need to move somewhere. But I don't have the resources to do it. But I know that I belong to business membership organization. As at then, I said, okay, let me talk to the women. If I can't do it, maybe some of us can come together. And that's how the whole journey started. Just by sitting down to think, how else can I move? Then I got like 5 other people together. We started shopping for places that we could use. Just to cut the long story short, eventually we got a place in K2. And what she said resonated with me a lot. We had like 6 people. We all agreed, if you get a place, we're all going to put money together and pay. Then I look back, there is nobody behind me anymore. I'm standing alone. Second challenge. But the good thing is that when you're passionate about something and you're sincere, God will send somebody to you. It's not when you sit down and actually pray to God to send you that person, the person will come. But because they know what you can do and they've seen your track record, and you can actually prove that you've been in business this long, somebody somewhere that you least expect would give you that leeway just so you prove yourself. And when you are honest and you have integrity, it will precede you and it will help you. That was one of the things that helped me get a place. And because the kind of person I am, I move around, I interact with people a lot. I was able to get someone that stood in for me, and I got support from the Lagos state government. And that was how we got that first place set up. And then I called the women, the 5 of them, making me 6. But they weren't very, they didn't believe that I could actually do it. So I did my NAFDAC. I moved from the incubation center. Immediately they got to know that I had gotten my NAFDAC numbers. Actually snapped and sent it to them. That was when they came back and were like, oh, so we can actually do this. I said, yes. Meanwhile, incidentally, our panel coordinator, she wasn't one of those women, but when she got to know about that effort, I wasn't even in AWEP then. I don't think so. Yes, she joined. She was the second person to use the facility, and to God be the glory, we've gotten more than 20 people that have used this facility to get their NAFDAC certification. And well, I keep saying, hope rising, the sky is not just the limit, the sky is not the ultimate, but it's just the beginning of where we are headed. And well, Nigeria is a very tough place, yes, I know, but the change we want can only start with you looking in the mirror. Who are you actually seeing? You are expecting people to change, but you are not ready to change. We're not going to go anywhere. First and foremost, that mindset is important. Believe and work on yourself. Do the little you can. Be honest, be truthful, and then you will be able to affect just one person. Then that person will affect the next. Because trying to say you're going to change the whole or change this whole room, so it's going to be impossible. I know Nigerians are not showing good example, but I think it's because we believe we can't overcome, and that's why we still do anyhow. But I believe we can overcome. We have overcome. I have overcome, and the sky is just the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That my madam waiting they call Madam Fausat. Restless, tireless, always running from pillar to post, half of the time not for her own but for others. She's just the best.
Subscribe to the FausatSanni-Yusuf.com channel on YouTube via www.FausatSanni-Yusuf.com/YouTube. Follow her on Facebook via www.FausatSanni-Yusuf.com/Facebook.